What is up, Nerd Nation? This is your friendly neighborhood tyrant with a GTA 5 review for you. Get ready for an adventure to Los Santos.
Are we gonna stop for ice cream?
Welcome to LS. We've got crack whores, billionaires, mobsters, hobos, fast cars, and killer weed.
Dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked.
But I do get concerned about the monsters. Yeah.
Dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked.
Meet Michael. Lately, he's been having some family troubles and anger issues.
What did you just fucking say to me?
Easy, compadre. I'm your friend out here.
This is Trevor. He's the most brilliant, psychotic piece of white trash that ever existed, but he's not too great with people. And finally, Franklin. He's got ambition and no one will hold him from his dreams of success. Together, they comprise the trio of anti-heroes who carry along the story. If you've lived under a rock your entire life, Grand Theft Auto is generally centered around a lowly member of society whom, through committing an assortment of no good deeds, climbs the social ranks of wealth and power. This is still partly the case. You carry out story or side missions to collect money and property, or you can just screw around all day. It's really up to you how to play. This game is massive. Numerous activities allow you to play for hours without actually progressing. These activities include races, golfing, tennis, taxi driving, shooting at a gun range, and towing cars. Or you could just kick it at home and take a fat rip, you dig?
I really should smoke more of that stuff.
Now, all of these little side activities sound stupid, but I bring them up because you could do these things for hours without actually cutting into the narrative of the game. That's just one aspect to put the size of GTA 5 in perspective. The world is yours, take it. Los Santos is paradise, filled with the desensitized, corrupt, vain, and overprivileged. San Andreas is more toward the impoverished side of the spectrum. The struggle is a prevalent theme in this area. The drive for success is high, but so are the risks taken to get there. Sandy Shores is its own little universe up north. It's less about the struggle and more plagued with ignorance and contempt. People aren't about the money there, they're just trying to survive. The three distinct areas provide a nice contrast to one another, keeping the events and environment interesting at all times. GTA graphics have never been anything exciting, but that's always been acceptable for the sheer mass they present. For all of these parts to play simultaneously on screen, I'm fine with it, it works. Everything is drawn and detailed beautifully. No area delivers low quality visuals. This title screams love and care throughout. The map is monstrously huge and it's perfectly satisfying to just blaze down the freeway, entering and exiting as you please, and just scope out the world that Rockstar has carefully crafted. It's so crazy to me to stop and think that someone was sitting at a desk on their computer drawing the road sign that I just guillotined with my car. With the three characters, the story has been given a chance to expand and deepen, which it most certainly has. You start out at the intro with Michael and Trevor in the middle of executing a heist. You learn that this was just a string of events set up in order for Michael to set up a family and Trevor to not be bored, I guess. We meet back with Michael 9 years later, a new identity taken for the security of him and his family. He's doing pretty well for himself, but he has some serious problems at home. In an act of revenge, he mistakenly destroys the house of a very powerful and very impatient mob boss. He then must come out of retirement and continue the game in order to pay off his newly earned debts. Franklin is a new face from Andreas who was born into the struggle. He's a fighter with a will to make it big and get out of his aunt's house. He attempts this by pulling off kidnappings and boosting cars, as his friend Lamar always finds a way to get them into all sorts of conundrums.
Nigga.
And Trevor. Trevor is without a doubt my favorite character in this. He's clinically insane and incredibly intelligent. Trevor also wants power, but more toward the complete royal dictatorship through drug distribution style. He hates society and does all he can to undermine it. The three meet up fairly early in the game and carry out heists and other various missions in attempts to claim their power and maintain the status quo. Rockstar does incredibly well in pointing out our social, economic, and commercial problems and delivering a parody of our more idiotic inclinations.
Hi! All right, Tracy's a dancer, but she also likes acting, modeling, and working with children. That's beautiful. You're so original, like a basket full of puppies or a rainbow or a pile of puke.
This has always been the height of the series. Title after title, GTA delivers a package that you can wholly enjoy by just picking up and doing anything. Literally anything. If I want to advance the story, I can. If I had a bad day at work, guess what? I'm lining up cars on the freeway, running a trail of gasoline off the side of the road, and blowing those bitches to Asgard. Grand Theft Auto is quality gameplay every time you pick up the controller. Platforming and footwork have to be the game's downfall. You're just some dude on the street, so it's understandable that you don't have the cardiovascular endurance or agility of a ninja warrior. But that doesn't make playing on foot any less fun. Bulky and dramatic movement leads to a few good laughs. For example, timing a jump too soon or late can cause your character to miss their cue in context to the environment, hitting their head or slipping and then completely going ragdoll to the ground. It's pretty hilarious. Gunplay is also a friggin' blast. As you progress through the story, you unlock an assortment of weapons for purchase in the ammunition stores. The variety of weapons help you to choose how you tackle situations or missions. This system is just another means of choice and freedom that the franchise is famous for. Staying true to the name, Grand Theft Auto reaches peak awesomeness when you get behind the wheel. While it isn't a simulator, GTA still has its own distinct feel while driving and can take a bit to get used to. But once you do, thundering through the streets, weaving between cars can be the most satisfying thing in the world. That and just taking a Sunday stroll down a sidewalk. Popping on a pair of Turtle Beaches made this game so much more enjoyable. Do not play this game without every aspect of it being audible. From cutscenes to ambient dialogue, gunshots, explosions, a symphony of sound waves are intercepted by your ears to add an exponential amount of enjoyment to the experience. Explosions are deep and shocking. Conversations in the car between points is convincing and comical. Mute and subtitles are not acceptable for this game. Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself now. Stop. For a thoroughly convincing world, a deeper and more complex narrative than the previous titles, the clear love and care that went into GTA 5, and just being a metric ass ton of fun no matter what you're doing, GTA 5 delivers a perfect gaming experience. There's nothing I can say about this game to bring it down. Number 5 only does justice to the previous titles and further solidifies the franchise as a titan in gaming. While it isn't perfect, it's pretty close to flawless. Any problems I have with 5 register on a microscopic level and don't even touch the score that it commands when you boot it up. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This has been The Tyrant with Rumblepack Gaming. Be sure to check out our other videos at the end of this video, and there are links to the Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook page in the description. Until next time.